Hey, what's going on, guys? So today we're going to be actually taking a look at the Pixelmon Hoenn server that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks. So if you guys did miss my last episode, I did kind of do a fly around tour of the entire server, so make sure to go ahead and check that out. It shows a lot of the cool locations here on the map. But today what we're actually going to be doing is kind of just showing the progression in the development of the server, so some of the things that we've gotten completed, and mainly we're going to be going ahead and actually completing the first quest here on the server. So we start in our bedroom, of course, that's where you guys are going to spawn in, and if we go ahead and head down the stairs, we'll run into our mother, which we can talk to, and that will actually start off the storyline. So let's go ahead and right click and we'll see what she has to say. So she said, "Good morning, Sleepyhead. Today is your big day. You are going to get your first Pokemon. Professor Birch has asked me to have you meet him at his lab. Before you head out, I have something for you. Here, take these." And then it says, "Mother hands you a pair of running boots." So we got ourselves new running shoes we can go ahead and put on, and then we have to head out to the professor's lab, which is actually straight over right in front of the house, actually. And we can go ahead and talk to Professor Birch, and he will give us our next quest line, and he'll actually give us our starter Pokemon, which is pretty cool. So when you're first join the server, you will not get a starter menu like normally in Pixelmon. You'll actually have to head on over to the lab and select your starter, which I think is a lot cooler of a system. But if we head on over here, here is Professor Birch, so let's go ahead and talk to him. All right, so hello there, my name is Birch, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. I've heard so much about you from your father. I'd like you to select a Pokemon from the table over there. So I'm actually going to go ahead and pick Mudkip. He's definitely my favorite. Now this isn't actually going to be my series. I am going to be posting a series starting from scratch once the server is actually live. Maybe I'll pick a different starter at that point, but for now let's just go ahead and grab Mudkip. And it says you selected Mudkip, and we go ahead and talk to Professor Birch again. "If you work hard, I have no doubt you will become a great trainer. My kid May is out on Route 103 studying Pokemon. It might not be a bad idea for you to go see May. She should be happy to teach you what it means to be a trainer." So now we're going to head out all the way to Route 103, which is pretty far away, and we're going to have a talk with May and actually even get to battle her, which is going to be pretty cool. So this is the first time you're actually going to be battling any other Pokemon here on the server. So let's go ahead and head on out that way. And while we're going, I'll actually show off some of the new spawns. So there's not going to be anything spawning inside the main towns or any town on the entire map pretty much, because the spawn locations are going to be based off the actual game. So this is Route 101 right here that we're leading up onto right now, and there is actually only one spawn point. We're actually working with a custom system for spawning, and the custom spawn point is actually right here. So you'll see kind of in this area there's a Zigzagoon, I believe Wurmple, Zigzagoon, and Poochyena might be the only three Pokemon. Oh, there's a Poochyena, speak of him. They spawn all in this area all along Route 1, which is going to be pretty cool, but we're still working on that system, so it's not completely done, but we're getting there. It's pretty awesome so far. So let's head on out this way. And this is actually, I believe, Oldale Town that we're going to be traveling through, but May is actually on the other side of Oldale Town. Not sure why there are some saplings on the ground there, but let's just go ahead and head on past this part. So there's the first Poke Center, first Pokemart. We don't have those really set up yet. And I believe if you head down that way there, that'll go to Rustboro. I think, I could be wrong, but I believe that is the way that takes you to Rustboro. But this is Route 103 right here. So May should be somewhere along this path if we head back this way. I think she's actually, yep, you can just see her head right there peeking out over the hill. So let's go ahead and have a talk with her and see what she actually says. I actually really love this texture pack too. It'll be available for you guys to actually download, so you can use it on any server that you want. But let's go ahead and talk to May now and see what she says. So, who are you? Oh, you're the kid that moved in next door. I see my dad, Professor Birch, gave you your first Pokemon. Let's have a quick battle. I'll give you a taste of what being a trainer is like. And then it actually goes ahead and initiates the battle for you. You never even have to throw out your Pokemon, which I think is amazing. I really hate when everybody's just spamming their Pokemon at the NPC. So this way, as many people as possible, like if you can right-click the NPC, you'll be able to start the battle. You won't have to be spamming out your Pokemon and waiting on other people or anything like that. As many people as possible can battle the NPC at once. So she has a Torchic. I think we might go ahead and make May have like an Eevee just so that there's no advantage depending on what starter you pick. But for now, she just has a Torchic just kind of as a placeholder. But let's go ahead and do Water Gun, and we should be able to easily take out this Torchic. So yeah, the Torchic outsped me, but it doesn't really matter because I do a lot more damage. So there we go, and we defeated May, and she says, I think I know why my dad has an eye out for you. I mean, you just got that Pokemon, but it already likes you. That was fun. Well, it's time to head back to the lab. So now we head back and we talk to Professor Birch again, and that's pretty much the end of the tutorial quest. He'll send you on your way to, I believe, meet your father, which is going to be at Petalburg. So this is Old Town. Petalburg, actually, I think is maybe up that way. Or actually, you know what? The path that I said earlier took you to Rustboro. That actually takes you to Petalburg. I was wrong. So if you head down that way, I believe it does take you to Petalburg. So that's where Birch is going to send you. But first, you have to go back and talk to him. And we'll see what he has to say. I think he also gives you your first 5 Pokeballs, which is pretty nice. So this is going to be a really nice server. I think I'm really hyped for it. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing to play on it, and we're going to try to do it right. So that's why it's taking so long. We could have probably just thrown in 8 NPCs and set up gyms and made it not all really a storyline or anything like that, but we want to do it right. So we're going to have custom spawns for the entire map. We're going to have some cool event system with the legendary Pokemon. We might actually make it so that you guys can actually choose between, I believe, Kyogre and Groudon. We're going to make it so every single player on the server will be able to choose between those 2 Pokemon, just so that everybody guarantees 1 legendary and the rest might just spawn randomly. We don't know for sure how we're going to implement everything, but it is really awesome. So another thing that we're actually going to have, which I'll mention real quick, is as you complete quests, you'll gain experience, and you'll also gain experience for things like catching Pokemon, leveling up your Pokemon, and that'll go towards your trainer level, which will actually go ahead and give you access to a bunch of different cool things along the way. As you level up, you'll unlock different perks maybe, or different rewards and items and stuff like that. So that's another really cool thing, and of course it'll kind of be there as a way to see which people have played most on the server, because the higher your level, the more time you've put into the server, stuff like that. But let's go ahead and talk to Professor Birch and see what he says. So, oh, hi, I heard you had a battle with May. That's excellent. May has been helping me with my research for a long time. I'm sure you'll have many encounters with each other in the future, but for now, take these. And then we received 5 Pokeballs from Professor Birch. You can use them to capture Pokemon in the wild. You should go visit your father, Norman, at his gym in Petalburg City. I'm sure he'll be happy to see that you're following in his footsteps and becoming a trainer. So we're probably going to slow down the chat a little bit. It does kind of go out pretty fast, although when there's other people on the server also using chat, talking to each other, it might be best to have the chat go out pretty fast so that you guys can read it without it getting kind of lost. I don't know. We'll see how things go once the server's actually live. But that is pretty much it for the quest line so far, so you guys can get an idea of how it's going to be working. It is really, really cool, so I'm really happy with how things are coming along so far. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and continue to put out announcement videos covering all the different things that we're working on here on the server as we go along. There should be one maybe every 1 to 2 weeks. The server itself is definitely going to be released. We're going to aim for sometime in January. I'll put out an announcement date once we're a little bit closer to the end of development. We still have a lot of things that we have to do, but for now, expect it maybe in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th week of January, and if things go poorly, maybe even in February. If things go good, maybe even a little bit sooner, but we'll just have to see. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, if you guys are excited for this brand new server, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like I said, I'm going to be posting a bunch more videos going over the different updates on the server, as well as starting a series once the server actually goes live. And of course, if you guys have any ideas or suggestions or things that I didn't mention that you want to see here on the server, make sure to go ahead and let me know down in the comments, and I will take those all into account. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.